Good morning.
Would you state your name for the record, please?
It's Kevin Stout. I go by Casey.
And how do you spell your last name?
Stout.
And where are you employed?
With the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
And how long have you been employed with the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
I started in 2003.
And in what capacity have you been employed with the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
I started as a network administrator in 2003. In 2005, I transferred over to the digital forensics unit.
What's a network administrator?
Computer geek. Fix computers, fix the network servers.
And you said in 2005 you transferred to the digital forensics unit. What is the digital forensics unit?
We recover, collect, preserve, report on any kind of digital media, computers, cell phones.
And what is your current role in the digital forensics unit?
In 2013, I was promoted to the supervisor of the unit.
Can you give the jury, let the jury have a sense of your background, your training, your experience in terms of digital forensics?
In digital forensics, we're required to obtain it's called a Certified Forensic Computer Examiner certification. It's a lengthy process. It takes about a year. There's basically 3 phases. You have to first go to a 2-week, pretty intense crash course on what digital forensics is, what tools are out there, how the data recovery process works. After that 2 weeks, you're assigned a coach, and in that time frame, you have to complete 4 practical examinations. It's practice on how to recover evidence from computers and on how to report on it, how to use the tools that are available out there to you. Once you pass and complete those 4 practicals, you are then given an independent practical where you're doing the same process, but you're doing it independently. You got to recover the data. You have to fully report on that data to know, and that when you're completed with your report, you hand it in, and your coach verifies that you've checked all the, making sure you recovered every piece of evidence that they implant into that piece. The trick to that is, as part of that process, they embed a hidden encrypted document that ends up becoming a 100-question test, which you would then also have to pass. It's pretty intense.
And I assume you obtained your certification.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a member of the International Association of Computer Investigation?
Oh, yes. That's the organization that puts on that certification, the CFCE.
Are you required to do continuing education to maintain your certification?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It's every year, every 3 years, you're required to take 40 hours in training. With technology, it changes constantly. So as technology changes, you also need to keep up with the tools, the newest hardware, new software. So yes.
It sounds like, are you trained in multiple softwares, data recovery, companies, cell phone data recovery?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
In your role in the digital forensics unit, were you asked to examine a number of devices pertaining to the investigation into the homicide of Teresa Sievers?
Yes, ma'am.
And let's talk a minute about what you do when you receive, let's say, a cell phone. When you receive a cell phone, what's your first standard operating procedure when you're handed a cell phone?
We want to prevent anything from happening to the device. We don't want any changes to be made to the device, so we'll put it in what's called a Faraday box. It's a Faraday box. Yes, ma'am. It's basically a box you put a phone in, and it blocks all signal from getting to that device, so nothing can be changed remotely. No new text, no new phone calls. So when you put it in that box, it blocks all signal. In that box, it allows us to remove the SIM card, which is basically your cell phone number. We'll put it in what's called airplane mode, so no signal can get to it. So when we take it out of the box, we can now hook it up to a forensic tool, Most of the time we use a tool called Cellbrite. With that tool, we hook up the phone with a USB cable, and we'll copy the entire contents of that phone onto our forensics workstation. So then we can process that data from the copy of the device and not touch the original.
So it sounds like when a phone is in airplane mode, there's no communication possible with it.
Objection leading.
Sustained.
So when a phone is in airplane mode, is it possible to have communication with it?
No, ma'am.
And you were talking about the downloading of the phone. Did I understand you to say you make a copy of what has been contained in the phone?
That's correct. It's a download is I'm copying the information from the phone to a computer.
So the information that's in the phone, does that remain in the phone after the copy is made?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you receive a phone to process in 2015, in the end of June, beginning of July of 2015?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you recall the number of the first phone that you were asked to process?
I can look it up in my report. Yes.
If I were to say the number to you, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes, ma'am.
Objection. Improper predicate for memory refreshment.
Sustained.
If you want to look it up in your report, that would be fine. Thank you.
Okay.
That would refresh your recollection.
Objection, Your Honor. May I see what the witness is referring to?
Well, she said his report. Is that what you have with you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And would looking at your report refresh your recollection?
Yes, sir.
If you need to come up and look and make sure you have it, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Your Honor, just for the record, I see that the witness has several documents in front of them, and I would ask the court to instruct the witness to testify from memory where at all possible.
Sir, you need to testify from your memory if you have difficulty remembering something, and you'll need to let the state know or the defense, depending on who's asking you questions. And if your report refresh your recollection, you just have to let them know.
No problem.
Okay.
And what was that? Did referring to your report refresh your recollection as to the number of the phone that you processed?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that phone number?
727-421-7736.
And did you, I'm going to show you what has been marked for identification as State's Exhibit Number 98 and previously shown to Defense Counsel. Did you, when you processed that phone, create a digital forensics report?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to show you, if I may approach the witness, what's been marked as wings, as State's Exhibit Number 98. What is State's Exhibit Number 98?
This is the report I generated for that phone.
And that's the actual report?
Yes, ma'am.
Move to introduce.
No objection.
We'll show it admitted.
Thank you. And when did you do the download for that particular phone number? Was that on June 29th?
It should be, yes, ma'am.
Did you later come to learn that that was the phone that was Teresa Sievers' phone, the phone found beside her in the crime scene?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
You may answer the question.
Yes, it was.
And how did you were talking a moment ago that you used Cellbrite. Did you use Cellbrite for this particular download?
Yes, ma'am.
What is Cellbrite?
It's a forensics tool that we use. It's pretty much our gold standard tool that we use for almost all phones.
And if you would describe for the ladies and gentlemen what Cellbrite does.
It copies the data from a cell phone to a computer, and it allows us to generate a report in a nice categorized fashion. So it'll determine if each piece of media copied from the phone, it'll determine this is a text message, or this is a phone call, this is a piece of internet history, and it'll categorize it for you like you would access a web page, where you click a link that text. If you want to look at all the text messages, you click on the text messages, and it'll show them to you.
So you can organize how a report is downloaded from Cellbrite, or how a report is issued from Cellbrite.
Yeah, it's automated. It's not something I do manually.
So you click a button and then a report is issued. Is that, if you could just explain that a little further.
So the download itself goes to my computer. It's still in a raw format. So in order to allow a detective or to put it into evidence to be in a viewable format, the tool creates a report viewer. It's the same tool, it's just a viewing program.
When you downloaded phone number 727-412-7736, Teresa Sievers' phone, the phone found beside her, were you able to determine when the last Wi-Fi connection occurred?
Yes, ma'am.
And when did that last Wi-Fi connection occur?
It was on the 11:19 p.m. on the 28th of June.
And were you able to determine to what Wi-Fi it connected?
Yeah, the name of the Wi-Fi was SecNet 1.
And what time again did you say that that connection was?
11:19 p.m.
Now, did you also have occasion to download, using Cellbrite, a phone number 314-239-0173?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your first step when you downloaded that phone?
The same process as we use on every phone. We put it in the Faraday box to block signal. We remove the SIM card and copy the data using the Cellbrite tool.
And you indicated you can create, I think with Cellbrite, reports that are put in a readable format. Did you create a report in a readable format for this download, for this Cellbrite download?
That's correct.
I want to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 25, previously shown to Defense Counsel. What is State's Exhibit 25?
This is the thumb drive that contains the Cellbrite download report viewer that we were just talking about.
So that thumb drive that's contained in State's Exhibit 25, does that have the entirety of the Cellbrite download for this particular phone, the 314 number I've just given you?
Yeah, it's the full download.
And did you review that thumb drive to make sure that the full download was contained on that thumb drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Move to introduce State's Exhibit 25.
Objection, Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
to introduce State's Exhibit number 25.
Objections noted for the record, overruled, will show it admitted.
Now, when extracting, when data is extracted from Cellbrite, is it possible to recover deleted data from a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
And does a Cellbrite extraction recover all deleted data?
It recovers everything it can.
Well, I know you said that it can, but are there things that it cannot recover?
If you delete something and it gets overwritten, if the phone is being used after you delete something, it's being used quite a bit, it will overwrite that area of the disk, so it will become unrecoverable.
So if a phone is heavily used, is there a sense of what deleted data may or may not be recoverable in terms of a timeline?
Not necessarily.
So if a phone's heavily used, is it more difficult or is it easier to recover the most recently deleted data?
Much more difficult.
I asked a poor question, didn't I? Let me rephrase that, because I put two parts in it. When a phone is heavily used, is it more difficult to retrieve data that was deleted a significant time ago?
Very difficult.
And when a phone has been heavily used, is there a possibility of obtaining deleted data from the most recently deleted data?
It's much more possible, yes.
Can one delete a section of a text message without deleting the entire text message sequence?
Yes.
What about phone numbers called? You know, many of us have phones that show recent calls. If those recent calls are deleted, do they necessarily show on a Cellbrite extraction?
It's possible.
It's possible, but do they always show on a Cellbrite extraction?
No.
And what about if we delete contact information? Is it always possible to recover deleted contact information from a Cellbrite extraction?
It's not always possible, no.
And what about voice messages when a Cellbrite extraction is done? Is it always possible to recover deleted voice messages?
It's not always possible, no.
You spoke about heavily used and the storage and that in a phone. Does that apply to voice messages, contact information, and phone numbers called, as well as the text messages to which you were referring earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you give a working copy of the data that had been extracted through Cellbrite to the detectives?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to show you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit number 25. A. 25A. It's 16 pages. Were certain pages are these pages that come from the Cellbrite download or extraction? Let me use the correct word. Are those pages that come from the Cellbrite extraction for the phone with the 314 number that we just introduced into evidence as State's Exhibit 25?
Yes, ma'am. It's a timeline view.
And that's a timeline view, you said. What is a timeline view?
When we extract data and it goes into the report viewer, it categorizes it, like we were saying before. It categorizes according to the type of artifact it is: text message, phone call, contacts, and it'll categorize it. But if you want to see what the phone was doing in the exact timeline of the usage of the phone itself. It puts it and it merges everything from the contacts, phone calls, whatever it was doing on the phone. It puts it in this timeline view to put it into the exact sequence that the person was using the phone, whether it was sending or receiving information. It puts it in that view in a chronological order.
Move to introduce State's Exhibit 25A.
Yeah, may I just make a record?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to renew my previous objection to exhibit number 25. This particular exhibit purports to be some of the contents of exhibit 25, and as the court has already ruled that exhibit 25 is admissible, then it would follow that pursuant to Florida Statute 90.108, the doctrine of completeness, that all contents therein would also be admissible. And accordingly, Your Honor, I do want to preserve my objection, as well as if this is going to be admissible, I'd like to preserve my ability to complete the record pursuant to 90.108.
Noted for the record, overruled, will show it admitted.
Your Honor, if I can just respond briefly, I just want to
Sure.
put on the record that the state would be willing, and given counsel's concerns, to introduce the full multi-thousand pages extract with all the information that was contained in it.
Noted for the record, it's admitted. Next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, I know on State's Exhibit 25A, one sees in the far right-hand column a periodically red yeses. What are those red yeses?
Those were artifacts that were recovered that were previously deleted from the phone, but the Cellbrite tool was able to recover them.
Now, we've talked about two phone. Oh, let's talk about when we look at the timeline, we see letters beside certain in columns. I guess it's probably in, I don't know. I'm not really good with left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth column from the left. We see the letters UTC. What is UTC?
It stands for Universal Time. It's the one time in the world that is the standard time, and then depending on where you live, you subtract an hour from that time zone.
Is the universal time set from Greenwich, England?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you run a report, are you able to, when anyone runs a Cellbrite report, can they indicate what time zone they would like to have the data, the numbers, the time recorded in?
Yes, every time you open up the extraction tool, it does ask you, it says, what time would you like to view the timeline in? And the user will have the ability to change whatever time zone you want it to be in.
And when you see a number that says like -5, what would that mean? I just want you to, again, explain what a -5 or a -4 or a -10 would be. But what does the negative number beside the UTC mean?
We're in Florida, we're in the Eastern time zone, so the time zone we're in is in -5. When you're in daylight savings time, in this Eastern time zone, we'd be in -4.
So currently, we're in -5 because we're now off of daylight savings? Is that, I'm just trying to understand, or did I get it reversed?
Reversed. I believe we're in -4 time right now.
Now, were there other phones that were sent to the digital forensic unit at the Lee County Sheriff's Office for download or for analysis?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you personally download every phone?
No, ma'am.
Now, is that standard procedure that different analysts would download different different items from a given case?
No, that is not standard.
What's the standard procedure?
Whatever examiner, the digital forensic examiner works a case, we're the only ones that would normally work a case.
So were there other digital examiners, though, who worked this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And why was that?
It's pure numbers of how many devices there were, and in a hurry to find a suspect, we all contributed to try to help and grab as many devices as we could to get it done as fast as possible.
And how many people are in the digital forensics unit?
There's 4 of us.
Give me just one moment, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I could have that. State's Exhibit 25A, please. Which were the pages?
Oh, I didn't need it. No.
Is this?
You saw 25A up there. Yes. I want to keep 25A for you. 25A, which was admitted. In a Cellbrite download, in the first column, does that indicate a line number for the particular column, for the particular row?
Yeah, it's your sequential order of the artifact number. It's
On line which was 47357, you find that line?
yes, ma'am.
Which has the date of April 29th, 2015, and a UTC -5 time of 9:35, I guess, roughly. Can you read to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury whether that was a sent message or a received message, and if sent, who it was sent to and what it said?
It was sent to a phone number 314-996-9581, which is the name of Wainwright. It was sent to him.
And what did that message say?
Hopefully we can talk privately tomorrow. Nothing about you or Angie, but it's personal.
And was that message deleted?
Yes.
I want to refer to page, I guess it would say 41070 on the bottom, but the line 57673. A message that's dated 5/3. Have you found that?
There's a sticker over the numbers. Which one?
Just-
Five, 7, 5, 7, 2. You see it?
This one?
And when was that message sent?
On April 30th, 2015 at 12:52 p.m.
And to whom was it sent?
Teresa Sievers.
And what, I'm sorry, to whom?
Is this Teresa Sievers? Am I on the wrong line?
I'm sorry.
Am I on the wrong
Are you
line?
on the right page, 070.
No.
Line 476, I guess it is 73. Do you see it?
Yes.
And what day was it sent?
On May 3rd, 2015,
About what time?
at 2:13 p.m.
And what does it, and to whom was it sent?
To Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Do not want to really use, in quotes, secure texts, end quotes, as I believe nothing is really secure once it's out there.
If you could then turn to page, on the very bottom, 41075. Towards the very bottom of the page, but starting with 47837.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what day, time that message was sent and to whom it was sent?
It was on May 5th, 2015, at 4:21 p.m. to Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Is your mail secure at home? Because you could mail me your info.
And the line 47839, what did it say? Does it say?
Did you get our card? Just want to make sure gift didn't fall out.
And then I want you to turn to page 41076. Line 47862, it's kind of in the middle,
Okay.
with the date of 5/5. Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what the date, and can you tell them to whom it was sent?
On May 5th, 2015, at 7:08 p.m. to Wainwright.
And what does it say?
Just got it. Mail tomorrow.
And then if you would go to page 41078. Line 47933.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell the members of the jury what date and time.
This was on May 7th, 2015, at 2:32 p.m. to Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Mailing out today. Call me. It's very simple.
And were there any exclamation points after mailing out today?
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Can you see how many?
4.
And then line 47936.
Okay.
And what date was that sent?
On May 7th, 2015, at 2:45 p.m.
And
To
to whom
Wainwright.
was it sent?
to Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Since neither one of us are likely to carry both with us, whenever you want to use the other one, just text me, in quotes, other, and then when I call, I will call. When I can, I will call.
And then on page 41080, line 48010, what date was that sent?
May 9th, 2015, at 12:20 a.m. to Wainwright.
And what did that message say?
Did you get mail?
And then on that same page, the very last line, 48037, what was the date that was sent?
It was on May 9th, 2015, at 7:51 p.m. to Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Call late if you want. Text because you never know.
And then referring to page 41096, line 58621, it's towards the very bottom, maybe about 6 up, 7.
Which line number?
Page is 41096 and it's 48621.
Okay.
What was the date that was sent?
May 17th, 2015 at 5:47 p.m. to Wainwright.
Was it to Wainwright or from Wainwright?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. From Wainwright.
And what did it say?
Check other.
And then referring, I guess, 2 lines down to line 23, what is the date of that one?
May 17th, 2015
Who
at
is-
7
Go on.
at 7:11 p.m.
And who is that to?
to Wainwright.
And what does that one say?
Hello, brother from, and in quotes, other mother.
As we look at the Cellbrite extraction, the third column, I guess, says things like incoming or outgoing. What does that indicate for us as we are viewing this?
This is the owner of the phones. It's an outgoing text or outgoing phone call, or an incoming text or incoming phone call.
So the person who has the phone, if they are sending a text, will that be an outgoing text
Yes, ma'am.
or an outgoing call or an outgoing whatever? And if the owner of the phone is, or the user of the phone is receiving a text or call, how will that be indicated?
It'll say incoming.
I tender the witness.
Depends.
Thank you, Your Honor. Morning, Mr. Stout.
Morning.
So, sir, when you did the cell phone extraction, were you doing so in an effort to further the investigation, or simply to gather information to then hand off to the men and women actually doing the investigation?
That's correct. We just download the data.
Okay. And I want to kind of go through 25A, okay? Do you have a copy in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, will you look at the bottom right-hand corner of each page,
Okay.
okay? Do you see something down at the bottom right-hand corner that we call a bait stamp? Do you know what a bait stamp is?
No, sir.
Okay. If I told you that when the state attorney's office has discovery, and it's voluminous discovery, they number the pages according to that.
Objection, counsel testifying.
Overruled.
In that instance, would you believe that would accurately reflect the bottom right-hand corner of these pages?
To be honest, I don't know.
Okay, well, let's just start. You see on the bottom of the first page, you see a 41062.
Yes.
Okay. If you flip to the next page, what's the next number that looks like that?
41070.
Okay, so that's a difference of 8 numbers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and if you look down to, on 41062, entry 47384. You see that one?
Yes, sir.
That's the last one. What is the date and time of that entry?
April 30th, 2015 at 2:57 p.m.
Okay, thank you, sir. And if you would flip to then the next page, the one we just said was 41070. If you would look at entry 47657 at the top of that page,
Okay.
what is the date and time of that entry?
May 3rd, 2015 at 12:12 p.m.
Okay, so sir, would you agree with me that we have a difference of approximately 3 days there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Sir, if you could do me a favor,
Sure.
go down to the bottom of 41070, and if you could look at the last text message numbered 47680,
Okay.
can you tell me the date and time of that entry?
May 3rd, 2015 at 5:10 p.m.
Okay. Now I want you to flip the page over to the next page and tell me what is the big bold number on the bottom right-hand corner of that page?
It's 41075.
Okay. And at the top of 41075, we have entry 478114. You see that, sir?
Yes, sir.
What is the date and time of that entry?
May 5th, 2015 at
Okay.
12:20.
So, sir, would you agree with me that that entry has 2 days that are missing in between the last entry of the last page, which you said was May 3rd of 2015, and the top of the next page, which is May 5th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go down to the bottom. You see entry 47842. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 5th, 2015 at 5:07 p.m.
Okay. Now I want you to flip to the next page. And what's the number on that page?
41076.
Okay. And so would you agree with me that that number is directly sequential to the last page?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you look at the top of that page of 41076, what is the date and time of that first entry up there at the top?
May 5th, 2015 at 4:14 p.m.
Okay. So would you agree with me that page 41076 starts approximately 7 minutes after 41075 ends?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's go down. Let's take a look at 47881. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 6th, 2015 at 9:28 a.m.
Okay. Let's flip over one more page to 41078. And at the top, we have entry 47922. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 6th, 2015 at 9:48 p.m.
Okay. And would you agree with me that although it's on the same day as the last entry, we're talking about approximately a 12-hour difference?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. If you disagree with me,
Oh,
let me
no.
know.
Doing math.
Okay. Let's go down to the bottom of page 41078, and let's look at text entry 47961. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 7th, 2015 at 7:08 p.m.
Okay. Let's once again flip the page. And what is the bait stamp, the bottom right-hand corner of the next page?
41080.
Okay. And when we go to the top, we have entry 47996. What's the date and time of that entry?
May 8th, 2015.
And what is the date and time of the bottom entry? The
May
very
ni-
bottom, 48037.
May 9th, 2015 at 7:51 p.m.
All right. So, sir, would you agree with me that, once again, the 41078 leaves us off on May 7th, 2015 at 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the next page resumes on the following day at 1:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Yes, sir.
And I think you already said that when we look at page 41080, the last time and date is May 9th, 2015 at 7:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the next bait stamp page?
41096.
41096. And what is the date at entry 48586, and what's the time?
May 16th, 2015 at 3:15 p.m.
Okay. And sir, would you agree with me that for that entry we have approximately a week, 7 days have elapsed since the last entry?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Mr. Stout, if you could go ahead and take a look at the bottom of 41096 at entry 48627. What's the date and time of that entry?
May 17th, 2015 at 7:40 p.m.
Okay. And what is the next page in your packet, which is 25A? What's the next page in that?
41097.
Okay. And sir, what is the date and time of 48628?
It's May 17th, 2015 at 7:42 p.m.
And sir, would you agree with me that that entry occurs approximately 2 minutes after the last entry on page 41096?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, sir, now I want you to go down to the bottom of page 41097 and take a look at entry 48667. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 18th, 2015 at 11:49 a.m.
Thank you, sir. And can you tell me what the next page is in entry, or in 25A?
The 41103.
Okay. And I'm going to direct your attention to the top entry, 48839. Can you tell me the date and time of that entry?
May 20th, 2015 at 11:43 a.m.
Okay. So, sir, would you agree with me that that entry comes approximately 2 days after the last entry on page 41097?
Yes, sir.
And sir, I'm going to direct your attention now to the bottom of 41103 to entry 48876. What is the date and time of that entry?
May 20th, 2015 at 10:20 p.m.
Okay. And I want to now move to the next page in 25A. What's the bait stamp on the bottom right-hand corner?
41107.
And if I could direct your attention up to entry 48977, what is the date and time of that entry?
May 22nd, 2015 at 3:11 p.m.
And sir, would you agree with me that that entry is approximately 2 days after the last entry on page 41103?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you tell me what the bottom in its entry 49016, what is the bottom date and time there?
May 23rd, 2015 at 3:23 p.m.
Okay. And can you tell me what the next bait stamp page is?
41108.
And sir, if you could go ahead and look at entry 49017, can you tell me what the date and time of that stamp is?
May 23rd, 2015 at 3:24 p.m.
And would you agree with me that that entry takes place approximately 1 minute after the last entry on page 41107?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, can you look at the last entry on page 41108? Can you tell me what time that was and what date?
May 24th at 8:47
Okay.
p.m.
And sir, what's the next bait stamp page in your packet?
41145.
Can you go ahead and look at entry 50255 and tell me what the date and time of that entry is?
June 21st, 2015 at 8:26 p.m.
Okay. And sir, would you agree with me that again, we're jumping ahead by a significant margin of time in this instance?
Yes, sir. Very much.
Because the last entry was May 24th, and the next following entry doesn't occur until June 21st. Would you agree with me?
Correct.
Okay. And sir, when we get down to the bottom of 41145, can you tell me what 50296, what the date and time of that is?
June 22nd, 2015 at 3:54 p.m.
Okay. And sir, will you look at the next page now? What's the bait stamp on the bottom of the next page?
41146.
And sir, can you look at entry 50297 and tell me the date and time of that entry?
June 22nd, 2015 at 3:58 p.m.
And would you agree with me, sir, that that entry takes place approximately 4 minutes after the last entry on 41145.
Yes, sir.
Going back to 41146, can you take a look at 50336 and tell me what is the date and time of that entry?
June 23rd, 2015 at 12:55 p.m.
And now I want you to look at the next page in 25A. And can you tell me what the bait stamp on that is?
41147.
I want you to look now up at the very top at 50337. Can you tell me what the date and time of that entry is?
June 23rd, 2015 at 1:06 p.m.
So, sir, then that entry is approximately 11 minutes after the last entry in 50336. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And sir, at the bottom of 41147, we have entry 50367. Can you tell me the date and time of that entry?
June 23rd, 2015 at 10 p.m.
And what's the next and should be the last bait stamp page in that packet, sir?
41152.
And sir, if you can look at the very top, at entry 50510, can you tell me if approximately 4 days had elapsed since the last entry on 50367 to the first entry of 50510?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is it fair to say then that although these are in chronological order, they are not in the strictest sense in sequential order, that there are pages missing? Would you agree with that?
Objection to a mischaracterization.
Sustained.
Would you agree that, first let me ask you, you remember first witness?
Yes, sir. Identify what you have for the record.
Your Honor, for the record, I have defendant's exhibit number 1. I'm going to hand these to Mr. Stout. Mr. Stout, will you take a look at those? You don't have to go through them all, but
Your Honor, I ask if he's asked the witness to look at something, that he go through it all.
Okay.
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 It looks like a timeline view of a lot more detail. I just can't tell without the cover page on from what device.
Okay. Do you still have 25A in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Will you look at bait stamp 41062 and 25A? Should be the first page.
I'm sorry.
Should be the first page.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you will look at defendant's exhibit 1,
Okay.
what's the bait stamp on the bottom of that page?
41062.
Does there appear to be any difference in those pages?
No, sir.
Okay. Sir, I want you to next go to 41070 on 25A. Okay. Will you take a look at that?
Yes, sir.
And will you look at defendant's exhibit 1 at page 41070?
Okay.
Does it appear that there have been any changes or additions, or does it appear to be of the same document?
Same.
I'm sorry, so you
It
just
looks
said
the same.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sir, if you could next turn in Exhibit 25A to the page bait stamped 41075.
Okay.
And now would you turn to the page in Defendant's Exhibit 1, date stamped 41075.
Yes, sir.
Do there appear to be any differences between those two pages?
Same.
Okay. Sir, I'd like you to turn to the next page in each 25A and Defendant's Exhibit 1. Will you look at each of those exhibits?
Appear to be the same.
They appear to be the same. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Next, sir, if you would look at page 41078 in 25A, and please turn to 41078 in Defendant's Exhibit 1.
Okay.
Do they appear to be the same?
Yes.
Sir, next, if you could move on to 41080 and 25A. And sir, if you could also turn to that same numbered exhibit in Defendant's Exhibit 1.
I'm ready.
Do they appear to be the same?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, if you could next turn to 41096 in 25A. Okay.
Looks the same.
And I'm saying, just for the record, does it look the same as 41096 in Defendant's Exhibit A? Or
Yes, sir.
Exhibit 1.
Sorry, yes.
Thank you. And sir, if you could flip to the next page in each item. And sir, this is page 41097 and 25A appear to be the same as 41097 in Defendant's Exhibit 1.
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you could flip ahead to 41103 and 25A. And if you could look at 41103 in Defendant's Exhibit 1. Do they appear to be the same?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you could now flip ahead to 41107 and 25A. And also look for me at 41107 and Defendant's Exhibit 1. Do they appear to be the same?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if you could flip to the next page, 41108 and 25A, and also 41108 in Defendant's Exhibit 1. Do they appear to be the same?
Yes, sir.
And sir, you're going to just flip to the next page in 25A, which is 41145, but you're going to have to skip ahead by a pretty substantial margin to get to 41145 in Defendant's Exhibit 1.
Yes, sir.
Look, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Stout, is there any difference between 41145 on either exhibit?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can you flip ahead to the next page in each exhibit? It's 41146. Do you see each of those pages?
Yes, sir.
Does there appear to be any difference in either of those pages?
No, sir.
And if you could now move on to the next page, being 41147 in 25A, as well as Defendant's Exhibit 1. Do those pages look identical?
Yes, sir.
And sir, finally, if you could look at 41152 on both 25A and Defendant's Exhibit 1, is there any difference?
No, sir.
Okay. And sir, the Defendant's Exhibit 1, might have to take some time with this, but will you look through it for me and see if all the pages are sequentially numbered, going from number 41062 all the way to 41157.
Just to see if they're in sequential
And
order?
Tell you what, if I left out a number, will you just let me know?
They all seem to be there, sir.
Okay. And, sir, you would further agree with me that each individual entry on the far left-hand side has its own number. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so if this were not a true and accurate representation of the portion of the download that you did, you would be immediately able to tell that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so this is, in fact, just a sequentially numbered portion of the download that you did, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does it appear that anything in this exhibit has been changed in Defendant's Exhibit 1?
No, sir.
Does it appear that anyone has tried to put something in there that wasn't there before?
Your Honor, I'm going to object only because he's asking the witness to speak about all of the pages, having referenced a short number of them.
Sustained.
Sir, does Defendant's Exhibit 1 appear to be a fair and accurate copy of a transcript of the report that you downloaded?
Your Honor, same objection.
Sustained.
Do you believe that you downloaded this report, sir?
Objection, Your Honor. Same objection.
Sustained.
May we approach, Your Honor?
Sure.
Hold on.
Mr. Stout, may I have Defendant's Exhibit 1 back? Thank you, sir. Now, sir, when you do a download, you get contacts, correct?
Yes, sir.
You get apps, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You get a call log, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You get text, both MMS and SMS.
Yes, sir.
What is a MMS text, by the way?
Um, uh, First, a text message is an SMS message is simply a text message with just words. An MMS message is a text message that has an attachment, like a picture.
Okay. When you do a download, you get thumbnails, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What is a thumbnail?
It's a small representation of the actual picture file. So,
Okay. You get the photographs that are in the phone?
yes, sir.
And do you get geolocation data?
Sometimes.
Okay. Sir, if you could, I'm going to direct you back to page 41080, okay?
Okay.
And Ms. Ross asked you about SMS text message 48010. Do you recall that?
Okay.
Okay. And what was the date and time of that again?
May 9th, 2015 at 12:20 a.m.
And what was the message?
Did you get mail?
Okay. And can you go to the very next SMS message, which would be 48011?
Okay.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
What was the date and time of that?
May 9th, 2015 at 12:20 a.m.
Okay, so that came in less than a minute later, is that correct?
Yes.
And what did that message say?
I mean, did you mail marriage license? Question mark.
Okay. And, sir, on each of those were each, it says to Wright Wayne. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And does that mean that it was sent from this phone to Wayne?
That's correct.
Okay, so it would have been an outgoing
Yes,
text.
sir.
Okay. And sir, testified that there were several deleted items. Is that correct? I'm going to return your attention back to the first page, 41062. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And sir, I'm going to direct your attention now to 47349.
Okay.
And do you see at 4/29/2015 at 3 p.m., do you see an entry called SWA check-in 24 hours advance? And there's some shorthand there, but
Yeah,
is it reasonable to believe that that's what it is?
I agree.
Was that deleted?
Yeah, it was recovered. It was,
Okay.
mhm.
You look at the very next entry from 47350, which indicates it's a voicemail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that also was on 4/29/2015 at 4:32 p.m., correct?
Yes, sir.
And it purports to be from an entry at contact Lionsgate Tech Larry Klein.
Yeah, in the beginning it says IT.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
IT Lionsgate Tech
Yeah.
Larry Klein with a 602 area code.
Yes, sir.
And that voicemail was deleted. Is that correct?
Deleted and recovered.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the the next three, 47355, 47356, and 47357, those were the next ones that were deleted, and two of those, 47356 and 47358, were from the entry Wainwright Wayne, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the other was sent by, or purportedly sent by Mr. Sievers, correct?
Yes, from that phone.
Do you see any other deleted texts, voicemails, calendars, anything else? And I'll save you a little time. If you want to skip forward to 41145, it might help you answer that question.
There was one sooner? Oh,
Excuse me.
sorry.
Your Honor, the document speaks for itself, but I'm looking at ones that have yeses and occur before that date. So I would object and let the document speak for itself.
Will object, and the witness can look through the document and go to the next one that he finds per the question that's been asked.
I'm sorry, Judge, could you repeat? Okay.
The objection sustained, and the witness will go through the document per the question that's asked and come to the next line that answers that question. So start from where you were at and start looking.
There was one on the page 41075.
Okay. Let's talk about that. What
Yeah.
type of, well, first, what's the entry number?
47819,
What's the date?
May 5th, 2015 at 12:44 p.m.
And was that an outgoing or incoming from this phone?
Incoming.
And who purportedly was the recipient or sent it?
The contact name was Mark and Teresa Sievers.
Okay.
It's
And
got a
what's-
phone number. Oh, sorry.
What's the content of that message?
Hope you have a wonderful day with a happy face.
Okay. Will you keep going?
Mm-hmm. The next one was on 41078. The
Okay.
page.
And what's the entry number on that?
47951,
What's the date?
May 7th, 2015 at 4:05 p.m.
And was that an incoming or outgoing?
Incoming.
And to whom? Or from whom?
Well, the contact Mark and Teresa Sievers.
And sir, what's the substance of that?
It's a instant message.
Okay. What's it say?
I just saw that I missed a call from you about an hour ago, and your box is full.
Okay. What's the next time you see a deleted message?
On page 41107,
Okay. And what's the line number?
49015.
What type of message is it?
It's a MMS.
And is that one of the ones you talked about where it's a picture or a photo?
Yeah, it's multimedia message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a date and time of the MMS message?
It's May 23rd, 2015 at 3:22 p.m.
And do we know who originated it, or do we have any information on the contact?
No, sir.
Do we have any information on the substance of the message?
No, sir.
When's the next time we see deleted messages?
On page 41145.
Okay. Why don't we start with 50265?
It was an outgoing call on
Okay.
June 22nd at 2015 at 8:08 a.m.
And we have a phone number there, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the phone number?
239-961-1932.
All right. And that was a call. We don't have any information of the substance of the call. Is that correct?
It's just it was a phone call. There's
Okay.
no contact information, otherwise it would show a name.
All right. And let's go to the next one that you see was deleted.
It's an incoming call on June 22nd, 2015 at 8:10 a.m.
Okay. And sir, again, what's the telephone number on that one?
239-682-5354.
Was that on the same day?
As the previous one, yes.
Okay. When's the next time we see a deleted entry?
It's an outgoing call on June 22nd at 8:22 a.m.
And what's the telephone number?
239-948-7291.
And sir, I'm going to just kind of stop you there. For the last 3 deleted entries, would you agree with me that there is no named contact?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go on to the next one. When's the next deleted item?
On June 22nd, 2015 at 8:22 a.m.
Okay. And what's the telephone number?
239-851-0320.
Is that a named contact?
No, sir.
When is the next deleted item?
It's an outgoing call on June 22nd, 2015 at 29 a.m.
And does this one have a named contact?
No, sir.
When is the next deleted item?
It's an incoming call on June 22nd, 2015 at 29 a.m.
And does this one have a named contact?
Yes.
What's the named contact?
Ray and Jesse Navarro.
Okay. When's the next time we have a deleted item?
It's an outgoing call on June 22nd, 2015 at 8:36 a.m.
And what's the telephone number on that?
239-948-7291.
Does this have a named contact?
No, sir.
What's the next deleted item?
Your Honor, the state's willing to stipulate that the next 10 items are deleted items, all ranging in time from 6/22 to later times on 6/22.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, noted for the record.
And sir, I'll dispense with asking about other deleted items that are contained in 25A. Can you give us some reasons that someone might delete an item in their phone?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
And sir, just so I understand, how many phones did you do extractions on in this case?
There was a total of 29 devices.
Okay.
I have it in my notes on how many specifically phones I did.
Can you tell me how many phones you did extractions on?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You want me to give you the number?
Yes, please.
Can I?
Please refer to your notes.
Okay. Uh, 10 phones.
What's that? 10 phones?
10 phones.
Okay. And did you do an extraction on the phone of Teresa Sievers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And were you able to successfully pull data from that phone?
Yes, sir.
Did that data include contacts, call logs, apps?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we just went over Mr. Sievers' phone. What about the phone of Curtis Wainwright? Did you ever do an extraction on his phone?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you ever perform an extraction on the phone of Jimmy Ray Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And sir, so just so I understand it, when you get a phone and you do an extraction, do you tend to follow the same procedure every time?
Yes, sir.
Faraday box,
Yes, sir.
and then plug it in with the USB, is that correct?
Yeah, you put it in airplane mode or pop the SIM out.
Okay.
But yeah,
Does the Cellbrite work on both Android and iOS devices?
yes, sir.
Okay. And is Cellbrite, is that something that you would commonly use in doing cell phone extractions?
Yeah, it's our #1 tool.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Nothing further.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I may approach the clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I have Exhibit 25, please? Thank you. Let me just start with this. You indicated you downloaded 10 phones. There were many devices came in. Did you set parameters for the unit in terms of how far back or when you would download a phone or whether it had to have information on it? Did you set parameters?
I didn't set parameters, no.
Were parameters set for the unit in terms of how far back to look at phones and what to do when you started looking at a particular phone?
Yes, ma'am.
And what were those parameters?
We would preview some of the devices, the computers, that if they weren't used in the last 3 months, if there was no activity in the last 3 months, we would skip it for now and move on to the next device because there were so many devices.
And when you say preview, what do you mean by preview?
You'd put it in a read blocker. It was mainly on the computers. You would put it in you'd take the hard drive out and you hook it up to a write blocker so that no changes would be made to the drive. If we can sort it in that chronological order of every single file on the computer. If the last activity was older than 3 months, we wouldn't take the time to image the drive and categorize it like every other device.
Now, referring to State's Exhibit number 25, I want to show it to you again. This is the download, the Cellbrite download of Curtis Wainwright's phone. Is that correct?
No.
I'm sorry, Mark Sievers' phone. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you, when you reviewed that thumb drive, did you look at the initials on, did you initial that to indicate you viewed it?
Yes, ma'am.
And are your initials on that particular exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
So that download, when it was printed, had 6,392 pages. What I would like to do at this time, Your Honor, is publish this particular download, at least the index of it, for the jury. This is in evidence.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to hand you a pair of scissors and ask you to open this. Is that the thumb drive on which you downloaded the entirety of Mark Sievers' cell phone Cellbrite extraction?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, if you could give me just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, would it be convenient time to take a break?
Absolutely. We'll ask all our jurors not to talk about the case among themselves, look up any of the people or places involved, and we'll be with you momentarily after a restroom break. Please be seated. 5 minutes. You can stay.
as opposed to waiting for one to be brought to us, so.
All right, Plan B. There's one on my desk.
No, sir. Thank you. Messages pop up. Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
Think of you guys a squad car or no?
We have a pool car, yes.
It's stationed here?
Yes. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You're like clairvoyant.
That could work.
Wow. I'm impressed.
That was impressive, actually.
I am very impressed with that. You got another job when you're done here, man. Karnak.
Apologize, Ryder. Apparently the other computer's trashed.
Ready. For the record, both assistant state attorneys are present, both defense counsel and Mr. Sievers. State's ready to proceed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's not my business how people present their evidence and run their cases. As long as they're within the rules, I generally don't care. It's not my business if people want to beat a dead horse on each side, and I think both sides have made their point. But if you guys want to alienate the jury, that's between each of you. I think the defense made their point that there were several, that it was a redacted version or truncated version that was entered, and you said you're going to enter yours in during your case in chief, which is fine. But if you got, I think you made your point with the first 10 and the state yielded. State made their point with the 6,000 pages they mentioned. You want to go through this is fine. But I'll tell you what is my business, that we're going to finish this trial on time. And if that means we stay to midnight and I break my promise to the jury, I'm going to do it, because we're going to finish this trial on time. And if this is any indication of how every witness is going to be, pack your dinner, because we're going to start staying late.
And Your Honor,
Bring me the jury.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, just as the jury's coming to put on the record, the state is not intending to go through all of these pages, rather really to show.
I'm just stop you there. I'm just telling you where I'm at.
I know where you are, Your Honor.
And the bailiffs have told me they can give Mr. Peel a ride home. They have a pool car. I will still accommodate him.
Jury entering.
Please be seated. I'll ask our jurors again, did you follow my instructions, not talk about the case among yourselves with anybody else or look up any of the people or places involved? Even if you did so inadvertently, now would be the time to raise your hand and let me know. For the record, no jurors lifted their hand. State.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Mr. Stout, we have.
Hold on. Yes, ma'am.
Question, during deliberation, are we able to ask to look at evidence in the deliberation room or not?
I'll give you instructions at the time of both sides having rested when we send you back for deliberations. Anything that's entered into evidence would be given to our jurors. Yes, ma'am.
We have put on the computer the thumb drive that has been introduced into evidence as State Exhibit number 25. This is the thumb drive that you indicated is the complete download of the Cellbrite download or extraction from Mark Sievers' phone,
Yes, it's the PDF version.
the PDF version. And there's an index on the left-hand side.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can see on the first page, let me just get to the very first page.
Hold on a second. Yes, sir.
Can we have the lights dim, please?
Yes, sir. We can drop the shades as well.
You.
Yes, sir.
And as we can see on that first page, the number in the bottom right-hand corner is 36824. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the index that to which I referred a little bit before, that's on the left-hand side. Can you just briefly tell us what's divided in that index, how that would work?
Those are each of the artifacts that, so for example, you see you have your contacts, your calendar. If you only wanted to specifically see your contacts, you would click on the contacts link.
If you only wanted specifically to see a call log, would you click on that link?
Correct.
And if you only wanted to see notes, would you click on that link?
That's correct.
In a timeline version, are they all combined?
Yes, it combines them all.
And this particular document, if we were to, let me see if I can put the, if we were to type in a number, let's see, 6,392 pages in advance, we would get to the last page in this particular extract, in this particular extraction.
Uh,
Is that correct? Here, let me do it very quickly. So, and at the end of this particular this particular thumb drive, in other words, the last page in the Cellbrite extraction that was done on Mark Sievers' phone, the last page we see 43215. Is that correct?
It's hard to see.
It's kind of got smudging over it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there were 6,392 pages in this extraction.
Yes, ma'am.
They're all contained on your thumb drive,
Yes, ma'am.
all listed and indexed. Thank you very much. I have no further questions.
Defense.
No recross.
So you're subject to recall. We'll let you know when you're needed again. Thank you.
Okay.